What's up, guys and gals and whoever else is watching? Be kind of cool if aliens were watching my videos, so hello to you guys. But it's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army, and today we have a review, which is long awaited, of the Masterpiece style, or remaster. So you may use my hand as a reflection so you can read it. MTRM-08 Despotron. Look at that. From Maketoys or Maketoys. Still don't know how to pronounce that. Made in China, but I believe it's a Japanese company. Everything's in Japanese back here. This kind of reminds me of the Masterpiece. Didn't the Masterpiece Megatron have kind of like writing like this? I have no clue what it says, but I can use my trusty, what do you call it? Google Translate. See if we can get this to work here. Take a picture of this for 1 second. Let's see if it picks up the text. And it did. So let's just highlight all this crap and see what it says. Strange eye tricks enthusiasts waru subikiru thing reborn new violence re to the new crazy tyrant here by Sairetsu surgery and the new design. Awesome. Have no clue what I just read out loud, but it's awesome. Anyway, here's the back of the box. I know there's a lot of Megatron stuff coming out. First of all, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but we are going to go back in time for a second because I'm getting a little too excited and ahead of myself. But let's just start with this guy. So we got Apollyon here. So we all know everybody was itching to get a Masterpiece Megatron that was not the Takara one, because the Takara one's a bit crap, and probably going to need to keep this back here. And I don't even know if that's like blasphemy or whatever to keep that as a background for Apollyon, but this is a review. We're going to do a lot of comparisons. Yeah, so we were waiting for a Masterpiece Megatron, and we got him in the form of Apollyon, and we a majority of people love the fact that it was like an actual looking Megatron and his gun form and all that stuff, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want no tanks. I didn't want anything like that. But it had its issues, the shoulders and stuff. Mine has never been transformed, and it will not be transformed for this video. So if you're looking to see a gun comparison, it's just not going to happen with this. But I will do the gun mode in Despotron, and another figure, actually 2 more figures that I'm awaiting in the future. We'll do comparisons. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. Go back to this. We did this, and I thought this was as good as it's going to get. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful Megatron-inspired figure. I even liked the head sculpt, but it had its issues, and it had its fans, and it had its people that just hated on it. But we're lucky enough to live in a world where there's other companies out there just designing stuff and giving you different things and giving you choices. And one of these is this guy. And I love the cover here. If you look, the design approach that they went for is obviously Masterpiece style. And they got the evil laugh there too, so we're going to see that also. But I love the fact that they do the whole crotch thrust thing. It's got a very Revoltic-y kind of pose in the front. We already checked out that. And but anyway, let's put that there. I've already got him out of the box, so I don't need to open the box. But here he is in all his glory. All right, it's very beautiful. Again, this does have its fans, has his people that hate on him, but overall it's a good toy. It's made by Maketoys. I don't know if there's any big issues like Apollyon had. Apollyon had the shoulder replacements, things were breaking. This guy doesn't have as many little bits just chilling out all over the place, so he should be a little bit better as far as keeping itself together. I don't have any issues so far. The shoulders, this has the kind of like spring-loaded shoulders with the teeth on there, which I see a lot on die-cast robot figures. So far it seems to be pretty good. The biggest complaints so far have been like really the legs, how wide they are, the tiny little head, the head sculpt. We all know that there's a lot of fans out there of the DX9, which is the Megatron, which I'm going to be doing a comparison to really decide which out of the 3 I really like. But so far, all 3 are right up my alley. And it does come with the plug, but check this out. Boop! Just comes right off, at least on mine. It's supposed to be glued. Mine was not glued at all. So, yeah, but it's there. It's supposed to be there. The government's watching. I always leave that on just in case. I have been filming in a different review area than normal, and I'm using about 40% of the lighting that I had, so I apologize for all the washouts and everything till I get a better setup. But did want to show you guys these two together so you can see them side by side. And it isn't until I do this that I really realize how different they are. They have their ups and downs and cons, pros, cons, whatever you want to call that. And it almost like the difference that this had with the Masterpiece Megatron is what this guy has in difference to this guy. Like, it's that much of a jump, because even though this guy's very beautifully designed, he's kind of got that Masterpiece kind of feel now. Like, it makes the legs look thinner, the way this made the other one look really thin. You guys know what I'm talking about. But again, a lot of people don't like this design. They prefer the DX9, and hopefully that'll be in this week so we can do a comparison. But I kind of like it. I kind of like this. I love the way the side profile. I really like. He's got that kind of curvy look going on, the crotch thrust. Apollyon isn't too bad. But the thing with Apollyon is there's just way too much stuff going on. Oops, messed up right there. There's a lot of bits over here on the leg. If we turn them around, there's a lot of little things. They have very similar butt design, but I like the way these plastic bits fold over to form his butt cheeks. And the backs aren't too bad. These are two of the cleanest backs so far of the Megatrons. But again, there's a lot of little things. It's just a little more complicated than I'd like it to be. Like, you have all these things. But they have their pros and cons. They also feature die-cast metal. The Apollyon has a die-cast barrel. The Maketoys or Maketoys does not. It's a plastic, but it does feature some die-cast. I would have loved some die-cast on the feet, but the die-cast is up here somewhere. All right. The only issue I am having so far, it's not really like issues breaking or anything, is the ankles. The ankles, to me at least, seem a little weak. Kind of the weight of the toy kind of makes them want to flip over or tip over there. So I wish there was something I could do about that. Maybe I don't want to do any of that nail polish stuff, so we'll just leave it like that. But let's just take a look at the figure again. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Obviously there's some accessories that he comes with, which we will check out since I didn't open the box for you guys. It does come in a clamshell. Alright, this is the clamshell it comes in. It's that two-part design where little holes clip together from the top and the bottom. You get the little baggie with the cannon, which I've already attached. You get the 3 different faces, which we're going to check out. And you get his mace, his Energon mace, or whatever that's called, which is the clear purple, and of course the instructions. So, yeah, anyway, so getting back to this, why don't we check out the articulation. We have the head. Move up just a tad. We've got the head here. Moves up and down, side to side, rotates. We have the shoulders, which pull in and out, giving you a broader range of movement. And you can see his arms can come out straight, which is really cool. You just got to be careful. Just extend it just a little bit, just so that it doesn't scratch there. And the joints, you can see that the teeth design, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's a spring type where the teeth just jump over each other. So it gives a nice soft ratchet feel to that. You also have the elbows. Actually, I want to go back to the shoulders 1 second. It doesn't move back and forth. You saw me just do that. It doesn't do that. So don't try too much, because again, you're putting stress on these springs, and that might be a point of failure if you try to flex that more than it's supposed to. Anyway, getting back to the elbow, you have this kind of design where this dips in here to give you more articulation this way, which is a pretty cool design, but it does leave a gap right behind the elbow. Go down to the waist here. It does have a waist. It's kind of hard to turn. I'm a little afraid that I'm flexing the plastic here. It feels a little scary. It almost feels like it's going to stop at some point and snap, so let's not really fight that there. We have the thighs here, which are on ratchets. These little bits move up with the thigh. Kind of want to be careful with the things that you're hitting when you're doing that. Just make sure everything's out of the way. The legs do come forward. Just little, I always call them Gundam style flaps here, because the Gundams have that And the ratchets for the legs are really soft, like not soft, they're like kind of like really teeny sounding, but they hold. And then you get ratchets here. All the ratchets have a different feel from the one another. And you can see on the knees here, there's some red kind of dust. That's the ratchets eating away that red plastic in there. So I don't think I'm going to be doing that too much. But that's not cool to see. If you have red plastic ratchet bit and the dust from the ratcheting is coming off, you can tell that's a high wear point right there. So do that at your own risk. Eventually, you're probably going to wear out the ratchets, which is a big shame. It's a big shame. They should have used a different type of plastic for that. It's probably the same plastic that's here. This red. Speaking of this red, beautiful. I love that they did the red on the legs. And I know it's not cartoon accurate. It's toy accurate. But there's a lot of cartoon accurate features of this toy. Overall like proportion and stuff like that. But I do love that they included the G1 style red in there. Then you got his feet here. What I like about the feet, what I don't like about the feet, actually, to start with that, is that they're not die-cast. I would have preferred die-cast feet. He's had die-cast feet in the G1 toy. Apollyon has die-cast feet, right? Believe so. Yeah, he's got die-cast feet. I was really hoping this would, but it doesn't. But what they did do, to at least make the feet a little bit cooler, is give him these little rubber paddings here, which it's nice. It's a nice feature. It's nice. It's like sneakers, but I don't really think he would slip around on anything unless you are setting him down on glass like I probably will be. But overall pretty good. But again, you get this here where it kind of leans over. You really have to work this. He has to have crotch thrust, actually. That's what I'm really trying to say. He has to have a crotch thrust to be able to stand, which some people don't like that crotch thrust, but if you look at a lot of Megatron poses, he is crotch thrusting like 99% of the time. And what I mean by crotch thrust is where the legs kind of angle back and there's kind of like a V shape. If it's this way, that's a crotch thrust. And I notice this keeps popping out. Maybe I'm just not tabbing it in all the way. It's really just this little slit here attaching to that point right there. But you can see not much of a friction there. Another thing I did notice, this leg, especially on mine, wants to go in. I was wondering why I couldn't get him to stand straight. It was always crooked. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this crap? And I couldn't get the feet to come out any further. And it's because this thing was falling in. It doesn't really snap. It's just, you can see that it just slides in. This one feels like it tabs, but I can't really tell if it does. But it holds a lot better than this one. You can see I'm pretty much barely doing anything with this one, and I don't like that because I want to be handling this toy, not worried about wearing stuff out. But overall, just typical Maketoys quality. It's very high quality, but again, it's got its little quirky things. And this is the point of the review where I'm going to stop until I get Megatron, so I can do a comparison with him, and then obviously get into the transformation. For you guys, it's going to be a split second. For me, it'll be probably a couple of days. But that's the magic of editing. So I'll see you guys in a little bit.